Well, so I mean, probably that was a fitting way to start the Ashes 2025, an absolute blockbuster day at Perth to, start off the series. I mean, what a day it was. Well, if Mitch Starc had his name written all over the first half of the day, it was Ben Stokes who stole the show in the second half of the day, along with some absolutely fiery stuff from Jofra Archer, Mark Wood. And I mean, that England pace attack was sensational, to be honest. Australia, I think, were a bit more reliant on Stark. Boland looked lackluster, was pretty expensive as England didn't make the mistake of playing him conventionally, the mistake which India had done the previous Australian summer. Brendan Doggett was good in patches, but it was Stark, and Stark throughout the Australian bowling innings. But in the second innings, it was Archer who started the proceedings. Brandon Curse got a few balls to misbehave, as if it was a day four, day five pitch with enough cracks. Got that extra bounce, that dismissal of Khawaja, which just almost took off from from a spot in the surface and hit his glove, got caught behind, and then I mean, it was Ben Stokes right when Australia seemed to have got control of the game with with 6 wickets in hand. Travis Head and Cameron Green got hold of a good partnership, and the lead had come down to below 100 for England. Ben Stokes came in, picked up a five for in absolute just 6 overs. I mean, that's absolute gold dust from the captain and Ben Stokes. I mean, he had a very good English summer against India with the ball, and he started off excellently in this Australian summer. So England need just one more wicket to get a good lead and come out, and they need to express themselves tomorrow. So yeah. All in all, it was a superb day for Test cricket, one which every Test cricket fanatic would have sort of waited several days. And in that aspect, I would like to go to Ritik and ask for his views on the Perth surface that was dished out today. The approach from both the teams, what better they could have done. Overall views.
Yeah, I mean, like if you talk about the surface particularly, so I mean, the recently concluded test match, if I put that way, that took place in Eden Gardens. I mean, a lot of talks were there, but I mean,
Yes.
and today also, since 19 wickets fell on day one, so there are a lot of talks going on regarding the surface. But what I feel is that if you see, I mean, in both the games, if you talk about Eden Gardens, we saw Temba Bavuma. Today we saw Harry Brook, Ollie Pope, the way they batted. So, I mean, the moment the bowlers start getting a bit of help, there's always a lot of conversation about the pitch. But yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, if the batters can adapt well, if they take time, I mean, if they leave the good balls, then obviously test match, I mean, any test pitch that always has something for the batters. I mean, of course, you will not always get those flat decks like you get in India or maybe some other
Okay, so
locations. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
it's yeah. So I mean, guys, let me introduce him also. So he's been. I think you're Orcoprio only, right? I think he's the one who's making those shots these days. What is your view on England openers today? Yeah, so England openers, I think Duckett in particular was good. Zach Crawley, I mean, he was up. I mean, he got out in the first over only, so it was a poor shot. But I think Duckett was good because he scored only 21 runs, but he just set the tone. And England realized that this is a pitch you need to be proactive on. You can't hang back at the crease and wait for the bad balls to come, and then you will put them away. So this is a pitch where you need to be a bit proactive, because if you think of playing the defensive way, the old school way, game which someone like a Rahul Dravid or Cheteshwar Pujara used to play very well, that you
Yeah,
wait for the bowlers to get tired and then you wait for the bad balls to come and put them away, because that theory is not going to work on this pitch 99 out of 100 times. Just because of the fact that most of the balls on this pitch are misbehaving, some are bouncing high, and this is tremendous pace and bounce. And against a quality bowling attack, I mean, no matter how good a defense you have or how good footwork you have, how immaculate footwork you possess, nothing accounts for it, because one ball or the other eventually will have your name
yes,
written on it,
yes.
and you're gone. Yeah, so
And
in that
yeah,
case,
like
if Ritik also,
Saptarshi,
so I was asking the
yes,
batting
yes.
approach of both the teams. England came out all guns blazing. Australia were timid enough.
I mean, If I talk about batting, actually, England batting looked more balanced to me. I mean, comparing both the sides, and I will be honest here, not because England are the visitor side, not because of that. Because I mean, if you see the Australian scoreboard, I mean, you will not see a single player crossing the 40 mark. Whereas in the English scorecard, English batting scorecard, you see two players who have crossed the mark of 40, and of course, one of the players getting a well-deserved half century. And but yeah, I mean, coming to if we talk about the bowling front, I think Australia were much better when it comes to bowling because I mean, considering the fact, and again, because of the fact that this was a, I mean, depleted Australian bowling attack, because we all know that Cummins,
Yeah,
Hazelwood, and Stark, they form a
Pat
brilliant
Cummins and
trio.
Pat
Yeah,
Cummins
yeah.
and Josh are injured.
And two of the members from that trio were missing. And despite that, I mean, of course, Stark, we all know that in the first match of a Ashes Test, he's always lethal, and he proved that why. So yeah, I mean, bowling wise, I would say Australia were tad above England, but batting wise, I think the English players, at least on day one, they looked more balanced to me. Yeah. So let me take that question. After David Warner's retirement,
Ritik, I
Australia
think
still does not
can you be a
find a.
bit louder? I think I'm or is the volume creating some
Okay,
issue
okay. I
on my
think you're not using any device because I am speaking on earbuds. So yeah,
after David Warner's retirement of
yeah, yeah.
see, I mean, this is a difficult question. When David Warner was playing, they couldn't find a partner for Warner for long. If you remember, I mean, they've tried multiple options there, starting from Joe Burns to Marcus Harris to someone like even a Matthew Wade. Then there was that guy who had several concussion stuffs, Will Pukowski. Then then finally came Usman Khawaja in the Ashes only. If you remember last Ashes when they played in
And he was
21,
actually
22.
quite good for a few years, Usman Khawaja.
Yeah, and when finally this thought of that this problem is solved, then David Warner retired, and and in fact, Khawaja himself hasn't had very good returns in the last couple of years or so, and age has caught up with him. He's also near the fag end of his career, and don't be surprised if he calls it a day with the last test of this Ashes being in
Yeah,
Sydney,
yeah.
which is his home ground, I think, potential home ground. So even Usman Khawaja can call it a day, and they haven't even found his partner. So basically, after this Ashes, more or less, they need to find two good openers, not just one. They have tried a few names. Sam Constance looked impressive against India, but then I mean, he didn't. He wasn't so against the Windies. They tried Nathan McSweeney against India, who didn't click a lot. Actually, his position is in the middle order. Now they've got a little hold of Jack Weatherald. They tried opening with Labuschagne in the WTC. That also never clicked. So this opening conundrum has been going over
This
for
has been a
the last
lingering
few
issue.
years.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So,
And not just, yeah,
and I think
and not
Australia,
just for them. Yes, yes.
Australia were very timid today. I mean, I remember those first 4 overs. I think they had scored 0 runs. Then that fifth over, finally they scored five
Yeah,
runs
yeah.
and was five for no loss in 5 overs.
Yeah, so the point I was making that not just, I mean, I don't know what is your name, but at the rate BTB zone. Okay, yeah. And not.
Or
Okay, so yes, so I would like to also add to that, but not just for Australia. I mean, if you see from England also, I mean, a few years they really struggled. They brought in the guys like Rory Burns, Hasib Hamid came for some patch, but and
yeah.
eventually Zach Crowley is now well settled. So it has been a lingering issue for
There was
both
Rory Burns.
Australia.
I remember him.
And I remember David Garn and Nasir Hussain shouting at the top of their voices that consistently putting up this issue that we still don't have a good opening pair who can,
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean,
survive.
ever
Yeah,
since Ben Duckett and Zach Crowley came, no matter how inconsistent Zach Crowley is, or they have issues with Ben Duckett sometimes, but I think this duo at least has clicked, and they have been playing together for the last. I think this partnership started in 2022 December when they went to Pakistan, that first test at Rawalpindi,
yeah,
and so it's been 3 years this duo has played, and it's not that they haven't given results. I mean, they have given results in some of the historic baseball chases, if you remember, they have been part of.
yeah, exactly. So, I mean, see, this is not just a particular team's problem. I mean, every team goes through this phase. So, I mean, yeah. Okay, so I think one or more of our member is about to join in a few minutes. Okay, so we
Yeah,
would be
so
seeing them.
I mean, maybe Abhishek is gonna join. So I mean, uh, what would you say of England's bowling? I think this is. I was just going through the match and I was thinking that this was probably one of the fastest bowling attacks that England have produced. I mean, not just one particular bowler, but the average speed of
Yeah,
the group. I mean, if I look over the last 10, 15 years, this is probably one of the fastest English bowling attacks I have seen. And it was brutal, it was relentless. I'm not going into whether they're going to win this match or not, whether they're going to end up winning the series or not. A lot of other factors can amount to that. But the fact that, I mean, they had one after another pace bowler coming in and steaming at the, I mean, top of their mark. Jofra and Gus started. Gus Atkinson was, I think, gave
Mark
five
Wood.
or six runs in his first five, 6 overs. Jofra Archer was relentless. Then came Mark Wood. His first over, I think, everything was above 146, 147. And then came Braden Curse, who was getting that awkward bounce. And the fifth bowler got 5 wickets in 6 overs, Ben Stokes.
I mean, it's time to call him a lead bowler than the fifth bowler, the way he's bowling. So anyway,
And I mean,
and mind you, just a stat,
I don't
guys.
remember when
It's
was the
after
last time
43
England had so
years.
many bowlers bowling 140 plus.
Yeah, it's after 43 years that an English captain, after Bob Willis, has taken a fifer in Australia, by the way, in an Ashes series. Yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, Ben Stokes, we
Bren-
always say, man with the golden arm.
yeah, I'm coming to this a bit while later. So, I mean, if I just go back to the
Pretty
last
good, I
Ashes,
would say. For a debut, it's pretty good,
yeah,
the stats.
I'm coming to this a bit later. So, if I just go back to the last Ashes, what was England's bowling attack? It was Anderson at the late end of his career, bowling in mid
Was Potts
130s.
playing? Matthew Potts.
No, Potts wasn't playing. It was Anderson. It was Broad. It was Ollie Robinson.
Overton.
uh,
Overton was there, I think. Craig Overton
Overton
was
also did.
no.
Overton also didn't play 21 in the series.
Okay.
I think it was Broad, it was Anderson, it was Robinson, and the only I mean, proper fast bowler they had was Mark Wood. So all the others were bowling in the late 120s or early 130s.
Because Broad and Anderson didn't have that express pace that
Yes.
Wood and Jofra have.
And I think this was the thing the Strokes were speaking of over the last few years, that they need they are building an attack for Australia. They and so I think a couple of my friends will be aware. So I had written a tweet on 12th December. If you want, I can share the link of the tweet in the description box. I had written a tweet last December, and I said that England's batting will be tested, but they have the bowling to challenge Australia on green decks. If Australia dish out green decks with enough pace and bounce, and if England have all their bowlers fit and fine, uh, their bowlers will really enjoy those Australian surfaces. Because they have got Jofra Archer, they've got Mark Wood, they've got Braden Curse, Ben Stokes,
Okay,
Gus
so Abhishek
Atkinson,
is joining us.
and
Hey,
remember
Abhishek.
they have still got to get Josh Tongue, who was superb in that oval test against India. Matthew Potts is there; he also has good potential.
So I would like to know Abhishek's view of the first day of the Ashes
Yeah,
test.
so I think we can start with Abhishek with the question only. Brendan Doggett with Brooks' wicket in his debut. How do you like the debutant?
Yeah, it was good. I think. Like, yeah, initially I saw that couple of balls you can be nervous, and yeah, that's obvious. But that was a key wicket in the context of the game, because if
Yeah.
we all know how Brooks style, like game style is, at least India knows very well.
Yeah, he will
The
take on everything. Absolutely everything.
considering
Yeah.
the nightmare he gave us at the oval test,
Hmm.
so yeah, uh, that was
And
a key
today
wicket.
also the way he was stepping out to Mitchell Stark, I mean, it was
Yeah,
brilliant actually.
he's a generation. He's a good talent in the
Yeah.
making. Yeah, some doubts were there, like if his consistency when it comes to big tournaments like the World Cups, Champions Trophies. But yeah,
Hmm.
now I think from the couple of I think past 6 months, he has really improved his game, be it the ODIs, be it tests, and he has proved everybody wrong.
Yeah, so me and Saptarshee were having a discussion regarding the average pace of a bowling attack. So I think it's after long that
Yeah,
England
so
is having such a fast bowling
I
attack.
was saying, I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
if you look at the last touches, what was the bowling at Anderson, Broad, Abhishek, are you jogging or what?
No,
No, I think he's moving from one place to another, I think.
Yeah,
there
so
are
if you look
some
at the bowling attack,
issues.
the last Ashes in Australia, of course, they had Anderson, they had Broad, they had Ollie Robinson, only Mark Wood was the fast bowler. Before that Ashes, again, 2017, Broad, Anderson, there was Craig Overton, there was Tom Curran. So they never had so many bowlers steaming in and bowling 140 plus over after over after over.
No,
Yeah.
if you talk about Jordan and Anderson, they were not, never really 140 plus bowlers. They were
Yes.
only
Yeah, yeah.
mostly the bowlers who will pitch in the ball in the right line and length, get some swing, shape, and
They were not 140 bowlers. They were 130
they were
bowlers at
yeah
most. Yeah.
130
Yeah. So
bowlers. But
I
I
mean,
think yeah,
yeah,
if we talk
England
about Australia,
definitely build this attack. And yeah, so I was telling Ritik also. This was a tweet which I wrote on. I can share the tweet also. So I wrote
Yeah,
written
maybe we can
last year
share that
that
later. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So I mean, this bowling attack, if Australia dish out green decks, have the ability to challenge this vulnerable Australian batting lineup, because
Absolutely.
this bowling attack is absolutely
and
suited for such decks with Archer,
and
Wood,
I'm
and they've
talking about
also got to
Australia.
get tongue still.
Talking about
Yes, Abhishek.
Australia, I think we could see like a gradual decline in the batting coming up in years to come, I would say. Because if
Hmm.
you remember, Australia were always dominant against England in the Ashes when they used to play at home. If you
And
consider
especially at home.
the
Yeah.
especially at home, and
Yeah,
even away,
yeah. I mean,
away also.
still they can definitely win this series and even win this match. But coming to the way they
Like
batted today,
yeah, like 2019, I think in England also they won 2-2. 2023 also they were 2-2. I think last match was England was going to win it, but yeah, sorry, one of the matches, but it was led in a draw. So
Hmm.
yeah, I think Australia has been and has got an upper hand, but I think the batting has shown struggles. You see the recent WTC cycle, even the West Indies series, if you remember, none of the batters could score big. It was West Indies, I would say, batting flaws that they were not in one match. They were needed to chase 200, which
yeah,
a brilliant spell from Starc was there. So I mean, what my
yeah, they
point is
love
that
game.
their batting is crumbling a lot, and these are
Brookie
worrying
has
signs
been
for Australia.
Brookie has been phenomenal since his debut. He can take the game away single-handedly from the opposition. How do you all feel about Brookie? Yeah, I mean, surely he's.
See, but yeah,
I think he
yeah,
has had his fair share of criticism regarding his spin game and all those things. But you can't deny the fact that this guy has some serious talent. And the way,
he
even
has
on
talent.
today's deck, even we saw the game against New Zealand last month, that ODI game where he smashed 132 coming in at 10 for 4. I mean, he has that uncanny ability of, and he's someone who doesn't have a lot of trigger movements. If you see his batting, he doesn't premeditate a lot, and he has some excellent rifts to I mean, just create those angles at the last moment and hit pace bowlers to some peculiar parts of the ground. He's and against, I mean, pace and bounce is superb. He has range, he has good power, and he can even today. I mean, someone like a Mitchell Stark was steaming in and bowling those. He
Yeah, he
exposed
was
his
stepping
stumps
out to
and
him.
stepping
Yeah.
out to him. I remember that shot against Poland right after lunch. The first ball, Poland beat
Yeah,
him,
yeah.
and the second ball, he exposed his stumps and smashed him straight over extra cover for a six.
Again,
And
against
coming to
like
Scott Boland, this was a
yeah,
bowler who was having in India on the strings last summer, and today he considered at nine, I think,
He had a
7-8 runs
nightmare.
per
He had a
over.
nightmare today. As simple as that.
but I think
Yeah,
still think that Boland will make a comeback. I think on these
Yeah,
days
hopefully
Boland
he will
will be
make a
there.
comeback.
yeah,
Yeah,
sure,
Boland will.
Harry Blue.
So we have a new comment. Thank you
Harry
for
Brook
that.
Aura 999. Yeah,
Yeah, but yeah, my
absolutely.
point is that yeah, England team looked better. As I think I was listening to Ritik when he was talking about it, and yeah, they looked a better side. I didn't Australian collapse like this. To be very honest, I still thought that Smith will get some runs. Labuschagne returning to the Australian side will get some
Yeah,
runs.
so at one point when Head and Green were batting, I thought they had got control of the game, but then in came Ben Stokes and picked up 5 wickets in just 6 overs.
And
Ben
yes,
Stokes, man,
I would like to go to Saptarshi, his favorite, on his favorite cricketer, Ben Stokes. That what would you make of his bowling today?
I mean,
I mean, he was brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, and with the ball, he had a superb English summer also against India. He was their best bowler, even on those
Yeah,
flat decks, which had absolutely nothing for the bowlers. And if you remember the Lord's game, even with that injury, he was constantly coming in and bowling. He just kept on getting those wickets. And today he was sensational. I mean, this is a man who is made for these moments. He's
big
absolute
moments.
blockbuster
Yeah,
player. I mean, you enjoy whatever he does on the field. Whenever he bats, whenever he bowls, I mean, you just
yeah,
enjoy
of
it.
late, of
You
late his
just
batting form has been on a decline. I would say,
yeah,
but yeah,
but
on
I
the ball
still
he
feel
has been superb.
I still feel this is a guy who makes Test cricket interesting. I mean, Ben Stokes is someone I would say who makes Test cricket
surely,
interesting at this
surely.
point of time.
There
And
are
if
Uh,
I'm
there are
checking it,
so
yeah,
Shomajit Hazra is saying Brook has improved his game against spinners. Say
I
I
am
can't
not
comment
sure
a lot.
about
Yeah, I think
on
it's
subs.
not that he can't play spin on good decks. He can smash the spinners, but yeah, when the ball turns a bit or stays a low, particularly on subcontinent decks,
that's
I
the
think
case with most of the Sena country players. I mean, you can't
he's
blame someone
because
from
even
England
if
not
you
being
remember
able to
the
play
T20,
spin well.
yeah.
Everyone
So
cannot be an ABD.
Yeah,
uh,
exactly.
okay, I think I see him after a long, long time, 2 years when he was one
After
of
I think ages, after ages, our
the.
old fan is back,
This is
and it's
a
great to
level
see.
of quality cricket.
Yeah,
First, yeah, I mean, uh,
it was a blockbuster, absolutely
it
blockbuster.
was a blockbuster day. 19 wickets, and I think this test can very
And
well end on day
and
three because I really don't see England
Yeah,
batting
hundred
like
percent,
India
hundred
did
percent.
last year. India got some 400 runs in the third innings, but I really don't see England getting somewhere there. I think the max they can get is 200 odd, and the
But
game
I
will end
think,
on third over.
but I think tomorrow's match will get over faster than this match. The way India is playing, I mean,
Yeah, so
I have
I'm
serious
not sure
doubts.
whether India
Yeah,
would take the risk of dishing out yet another rank turner at Guwahati after what happened,
yeah,
what
I think
unfolded
we can
Eden.
slowly discuss about that also. But yeah, I think talking about the Ashes, I think
because
19
Rishabh
wickets
Pant is
falling
going
on the
to emerge as the captain for the next test.
Yeah,
yeah,
Rishabh Pant is gonna be the only second Indian wicketkeeper to lead them in Test after MS Dhoni.
And the
that's a
38
good
test captain, by the way, just for
that's a
Yeah,
stats.
great that's a great achievement.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
most
And
wickets on the
first of all,
and
yeah,
this
we
was
are
the
very.
most wickets
Yeah, yeah.
on the opening day of
I
an
think
Ashes Test of any Ashes Test in the
Okay,
last 100 years.
last
my
was I think
goodness.
in 1910. I was seeing the stats. It was on
Yeah,
Yeah.
so the
1910.
previous highest was 17 at
20,
Trent Bridge in 2001. England lost
Hmm.
10 wickets and then Australia lost 7.
the best was I think 1910. Old Trafford, if I'm not wrong, 20 wickets.
England will win. Yeah, I mean, if
They
they win
can. They
itself,
can.
if they win itself, that will be a history. When was the last time they won? I think when the last time they
2011, I
won,
guess.
India had only one ODI World Cup and one only one ODI World Cup, yeah, and one T20 World Cup and the Champions Trophy. So I mean, it was a long, long
It,
time back.
We can
it
tell a lot
has
of
to be
things.
between 7 and 11. Yeah,
We
2007 and
can tell a
11.
lot
Yeah.
of things.
10, 11. I mean,
11.
so when the
Manmohan
last
Singh
time
was
they
our prime minister. We can tell a lot of things.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, exactly.
yeah, the last time they won, I think, uh, yeah. So IPL was only 3 years old.
We can make a lot of
So,
things. So yeah, let's not go there.
Tomorrow
Uh,
wicket is not. In fact, tomorrow's match is starting half an hour earlier, 9 p.m. IST, 9 a.m. IST
I
because
mean,
of
tomorrow's wicket is a rank
Guwahati
turner. I
climate.
don't know what I need to say to the Indian team. I mean, they
And
can't commit that
who is
blunder.
replacing Shubman Gill? Will they play another all-rounder or will they play another left-hander? Anyways, it's
going
going
by
to be a drastic thing because either they will play with five all-rounders
going
or
by
they will
Gautam
play with
Gambhir's logic,
seven or left-handers.
going by Gautam Gambhir's logic, I think they will look for another all-rounder.
Root
But
is terrible in us. Yeah, he got a
Absolutely,
zero today.
absolutely.
see,
I mean,
that's
he
the
has to
point I
get
was
runs in the
making.
second innings.
Let me just
Yes, Abhishek, that's your question for you. Yeah.
yeah. See, talking about Root, like yeah, he has not been able to do well in Australia, but so has been the great players. I think there are only few players who have done well in every conditions. I think Tendulkar, the name comes to my mind is
Kumar
Tendulkar.
Sangakkara.
Uh, Kumar Sangakkara was not that good in Australia, I guess. We need to check his stats.
Okay, okay, okay. Maybe.
Maybe you
Yeah.
can tell ABD, maybe Viv Richards. So
Sachin, of course. Yeah.
if you talk about Indian players, David is averaging 29 in South Africa. But it's not that every player can score everywhere. But like I would say that scoring
Yeah, that's
13,000
the
runs
point.
this cricket
Yeah.
is not a joke, and he is definitely I think one of the greatest test batters from England side. Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I think
and
this is gonna be a very big series for him as a player,
but I
and
think it will
also
be his last series in Australia.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I think so.
yeah, and you guys will remember, right? If he doesn't score 100 this series, Matthew Eden is gonna have a tough time because he's gonna have to run opening his clothes at the Sydney or MCG. I think he made such a comment.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
think that was
I think
just a
his daughter
banter.
is very tensed. I saw a
Um,
tweet somewhere that his daughter is very
and
tensed.
and Root has started off with the Ducks, so things not looking good for Matthew Eden.
You can question maybe
Yeah,
one
so
thing that
Orko Priya has
maybe
given a
one.
good comment. Outside Asia, 18, 19 wickets in a day is called great bowling, but in India, the same thing is labeled
That's
a
a good
bad
point.
pitch.
That's a good point.
That's a very good
Actually, that's a
So,
point,
good point.
and that point was also raised by
see,
England, some of
I
the
think
England cricketers.
I think if am gonna define something a bad pitch, I won't define it saying pace or bounce, but I mean, even if some wickets, I mean, this I think this will be a more like a New Zealand kind of wicket where there's enough carry and not bounce in New Zealand, but I mean enough of the pitch on the first day. But usually it improves as the days progress. But
No, no, the
in
carry was good. I mean, you look at the wickets, most of the catches being
yeah,
taken in the slip cordon area.
yeah, but
So, yeah, carry
I mean,
was there.
if you look at a subcontinental pitch, I think sometimes if you make it too much turning on or like the ball stays low in the first session of day one, then by day three or day four, that pitch becomes almost impossible to bat because what a subcontinent wicket happens is because of that impending excessive heat. I mean,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
pitch degrades and it becomes
And
even
the
more
cracks
tougher
start
as
coming
the
out.
days progress. Which is not
Yeah.
always the case in case of pitches away because you
Yeah.
leave a lot
So,
of grass on
Saptarshi,
the pitch.
actually, the point you are making, that is, I mean, bad pitch is not the right term, I think. Then it's then called unfit pitch for cricket. That's a better
Yeah,
term, I
so
think.
I would say unfit pitch. Like if I call the Eden pitch,
Yeah.
I would say that's an unfit pitch. This Perth pitch is definitely not an unfit pitch. This is a tough pitch, I would say. Eden pitch was
But
also a tough pitch, but it was an unfit pitch. Now, will I call every rank turner's unfit pitch? Definitely not. But I think the Eden pitch was
Yeah.
definitely not a pitch which I can call a fit pitch. I mean,
sorry to interrupt, guys. I think after a long time we are having a lot of comments, so thanks for that. Just to
so two
mention.
years
Yeah,
ban
yeah,
is
yeah.
back BT zone, bro. But this pitch, yeah. So this pitch is not. In fact, I would
Exactly.
say,
This is not unfit.
I
This
would
is a
say the
fit pitch, definitely fit
I
pitch.
would say
Yeah.
the Optus pitch which was dished out an year back in the BGT that was even tougher to bat.
Hmm.
I that's why I also mentioned in Oz. It's very interesting to see Hayden like this. Okay, you are excited to see Hayden in that form.
Ah,
Mm.
that's interesting.
But I'm pretty sure that will not be telecasted, even if he does so. Yeah.
Yeah, so it will be good to see if Joe Root doesn't get 100, England wins. So Hayden will run with the England players only in that form.
Maybe.
Bro, India versus yeah, that's what I was saying. India versus pitch was even more spicy. I was reading one tweet of Bharat Ramanaj. He's a good analyst. So he was saying that India all had Bumrah, who was better than all of these English bowlers, but India didn't have someone to support Bumrah in Australia. But England have the other bowlers. So England
Ah,
overall England bowling is better, but India's batting was better. Though they had some failures. I mean, Virat was not out, in form. Rohit was horribly out of form. But I think India still, I would say India's batting on paper looked far better than England batting.
yeah, that's true. And
Okay,
I would,
slowly, I think we can move to maybe the next game. I mean, if it's complete, the discussion.
Yeah. So, anyways, I mean, tomorrow is gonna be a. Usually,
Yeah.
day three is called the moving day of test, but I think tomorrow
yeah,
will be the moving day of this Ashes test. I mean,
I think
Yeah,
England
yeah.
should
I'm
pick up the.
getting the flashbacks of India South Africa Test match in the 2024, the January one,
Mhm.
where it ended
Yeah,
in 2 days.
the New Year test, Cape Town, Siraj picking
Eden,
up a
Eden
six.
Markram, Eden Markram 100
No,
in
no,
the
I
early.
remember
that
Keegan
was I would
Peterson
say
played well. One of the
that
test
was
match, Keegan
yeah. Aiden
Peterson played a
Markham got
good
100.
innings.
Aiden Markham got 100
Yeah.
in the second innings.
Eden Markram got
But
100. Virat
that
got
was
a
an even
46.
even dangerous pitch. I mean, I think
That was
first day
too
only
dangerous.
South Africa batted twice. 23 or some wickets fell on first day only.
My
Virat
And
goodness.
I
got, I
remember
think,
India's innings. They
46
were
or something
144
like
for
that.
six or something, and then six wickets fell for 0 runs or something like that.
I think,
What if crowd request?
okay,
I don't want to see Hayden. No, I think this is going
Uh,
beyond the guidelines. So
YouTube guidelines would, I mean, not spare us if we take that
come on,
comment.
come on. We are doing a live after a long time, and you want us to close it? That's not good option.
The channel would be behind the bars.
Kangiso, who is Kangiso? Kagiso.
Kagiso, is it? Yeah, yeah.
See, I think I'm not sure about whether Kagiso is available or not. Need to
But
check out. But I think
but I
South
think
Africa will have a headache of plenty tomorrow because
but
if
I think
Kagiso is fit,
nobody
who
would.
does he replace? Do they bring in Senran
Hmm.
Mutuswamy, who is also a very good spinner? Do they? And if they want to bring Devel Brevis, whom do they
I do. I
drop?
this.
So
I think I don't think they will replace the spinners. I think Harmad is doing a terrific job for South
now,
Great
Africa.
job.
now do they want to
If
do
we
they want to
coming to
bring
the
in
South
double?
African side, after a long time we are seeing that two quality South African spinners are playing in India.
Yeah, I mean
Absolutely,
South Africa usually don't
It was not.
produce spinners. Who was the last great
If
spinner
you
in
see,
Test cricket from South Africa?
I would say Imran
Yeah, I
Tahir
saw
maybe.
that.
Imran Tair
I
Uh,
also
think we have
didn't
a
play a lot of
comment.
Test cricket.
I'm talking
Panesar
about.
versus Smith. I think he's talking about the Sandgate scandal.
I think I just.
Yeah,
Uh,
Abhishek
I think I
shared a
just.
post. Yeah,
yeah,
And
so
that was a
Abhishek
witty
was
response
shading
from
on that
Smith,
only.
and that was a witty response from Smith. And these kind of battles will go on. The banters will go on throughout the series.
See,
but yeah, Panesar is
when
spot
you are
on.
going to
See, no
Australia,
matter how great a batter you are, but these things will never leave your back. The things you have done, that cannot
see,
be spared.
and Australia is a tough place. So you are going to Australia. You not just need to be very good in your skills. You also need to be mentally strong because Australia is a place which tests you as an individual also in and out.
And that's why some players are born out of Australia. Like we saw.
I mean, Australia can make or
Yeah,
break careers, and I think there's no
Absolutely.
better example than Virat Kohli.
than Virat Kohli. Exactly.
It can make your
He made
career
his
and it can
career
break your career.
in Australia, and unfortunately, his career ended
I
in
hope.
Australia.
I mean, people will hope that I'm not saying this only for Test cricket, not ODI cricket, because Virat and Rohit played their last ODI in Australia.
No, they did well actually. But yeah, that's also I think they did well
Devil
there.
Brevis
Yeah,
can
he can play.
Devil.
He can play.
Yeah, I think they need to pick Devil Brevis just for the fact that that batting order looked a bit timid in the last match. I mean, if I speak of Tristan Stubbs in the first innings, I think that was not a very good innings considering the
See,
circumstances because
apart
when the
from
wickets were
I think
falling
apart
around,
from
apart
Bavuma,
I
from
think they need
Bovema,
someone who
nobody
can
played well.
counterattack the game
no
like
one
Harry
looked
Brook.
confident actually. No one looked
Yeah,
confident
so I
apart
think they
from
need
Bavuma.
someone on these pitches who can counterattack like Harry Brook. No matter, I mean, yeah, definitely that will incur a lot of risk.
Kind of
But
Heidelberg, I would say, or a kind of a Rishabh Pant kind of a player.
now, if they bring Devil Brevis, who do they drop? Do they drop Tony Zorzi, who is a very good player of spin, or do they drop Tristan Stubbs,
No,
who they
Tony
seem
Dorsey, I
to?
think he got 100 against Pakistan. I think recently.
He
So
got 100 against
he's in,
Bangladesh also last year. So, or
yeah,
then they have to
he's
drop
in a good
Tristan
form.
Stubbs.
I don't know, like, but I don't know this guy Ryan Rickelton. I think I don't know why. Yeah, he played well in the South Pakistan
But
series, but apart from
if they drop
Pakistan,
Ryan Rickelton, then who opens? Then Tony Zorzi opens.
yeah, because apart from Pakistan as an opponent,
Okay,
I
so
don't see
yeah,
him
this
doing
match I
that well.
haven't watched, but I watched some clips. India versus Bangladesh. Bangladesh defeated in the super over, but defeated India in the super over.
And there to the final,
Oh, India
that
lost?
emerging one, emerging Asia Cup.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, India lost 2 wickets in 2 balls of super over. This was,
No idea. No
yeah,
idea
this was the
regarding
same
this
final.
match.
This
Yep.
was the same final. Vaibhav must
Is
have
it,
come in super over. See, I think the issue was Vaibhav doesn't. I mean, in super over when you play, it's not a power play kind of situation. You will have fielders open, and Vaibhav is
yeah,
not someone who is
Exactly.
had a great experience of batting in death overs. So you need not just power but also range hitting, and you need to have good range to hit fuller balls. You can't always smash them down the ground. You need to have the scoops or laps also to clear sometimes, and that's why I think they bought someone who have the pedigree and experience of playing in death overs, Jitesh and Ashutosh Sharma. It didn't work. That's okay.
see,
But
I
I
think the
really don't
youngsters
blame them
needs
for
to.
not sending Vaibhav.
I think the youngsters needs to.
Nehal Vadera worst played like IPL final. Yeah, I mean Nehal Vadera was poor today. I think he scored
I
what?
think
Nehal
He
plays
scored
for
when you
32.
Punjab,
when,
right?
when you play a
Yes,
super over,
32.
your nerves must be very 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 high. Uh, I think
Yeah, nerves of
till
steel.
now,
You need.
I think
Yeah.
in T20s the best player of super over I see is Rohit Sharma. Remember the Afghanistan match in 2024 January? The same thing happened, and Jaiswal, who batted so well in the match, was not able to finish the match, and it led to another one more super over. If you remember,
See,
in
India
2024
versus
January,
Afghanistan.
and it required
Rohit
Rohit
got
the
a
entire
hundred in
Rohit
that
point
match.
Sharma
is the
to
entire
finish the
point is
match.
that a match and a super over are entirely different things. You require entirely different skills to,
Yeah,
And
play
who
so
in a
knows?
match and
And
I
versus
who
mean,
super
knows
over.
better?
super
And
over
who knows
is
better
more
than
like a
Pakistan?
you are batting in the last over, so you need to have that experience of playing in death overs. So you have just 6 balls and you need to make full utilization of those 6 balls.
And who knows better than Pakistan how cruel super over can be?
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. And you ask a USA side, so
Yeah,
that's what super over does. Nobody is
yeah.
favorite in a super over. That's what I want to say.
Yeah, correct. And guys, I mean, if you are new to the, if someone is new to the channel, please
Yes,
subscribe
yes.
Please, please, we
and
are very
please share
close
with
to
your
the
friends.
300 mark, and
Yeah,
yeah,
we are nearing that mark, and hopefully we will reach there very soon.
Yeah, so it's 34 minutes and we still have four viewers watching. Will
Okay,
Rabada
so
play
we have a
tomorrow?
new, we have a new.
Yeah, so that was the
I think,
discussion we were
I
having
think,
right now.
please, please
Uh,
mark this time. This time is very good. This time is very good to do a live. We should mark this time.
Two
Like,
beggars in
what
final.
you say?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so Pakistan and Bangladesh are in final.
I think we should refrain from such comments
No,
because
I'm saying I'm just asking the two teams in final. I'm not referring to his comment.
no, no, no. I'm referring to the comment because yeah, we should can get
Uh,
some YouTube community guidelines.
yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, we should refrain from. Hazelwood
But
is
Okay,
going to.
Hazelwood is missing the second test.
Yeah, yeah. I got
Okay,
the news today. So Hazelwood is not playing the second test, also the
see,
ping ball test. And Cummins, I'm also not sure if
mm,
he's gonna come
and
in
I
the
think this
second test.
point was raised, I think, by Saptarshi, I think, in previous videos also, that who, apart from these three, today also
Mhm.
it required Peter Stark Piper to
Yeah.
dismiss in the England side.
actually seven
So
wickets. Yeah,
after
Yeah, so he
seven.
almost did it single-handedly. बस तुम लोग नहीं है तो मैं अकेला ही कर लूंगा चलो.
And now imagine had Stark not been there,
Uh, yeah, so now Stark has to play all
see,
five tests with full intensity, so it will be too much load on him.
and he is
and
also
man,
aging, right?
He's
and
the
man,
he's the senior most among those three.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Uh,
and man, like this Stark, he's born to create moments. First over, I think last
and
Ashes,
Mitchell Stark,
and this
today I
this
think I
over,
saw one stat that
he was
today every
useful
ball
on
he bowled was
intensity.
140 plus. He didn't bowl a single ball below 140.
But I
My
think
goodness.
Scott, I had a lot of expectations with Scott Boland, the way he troubled the Indian side and the England side also when last time they came down under. But I think he will trouble him, especially when they go to G to Sydney. I think he will be troubled. They-
Yeah, so that's why I said in the last video also
But
this
I
part
think
he
came.
is also
Saptarshi
aging.
he says a line. I remember about Scott Boland at the G. If you can repeat that line.
Build that
Yeah,
man a statue at the G. I mean,
and
I
Exactly.
remember this line. This was said in the 2021 test when he got 6 for 7 on his debut test in the second innings, and I
Saptarshi, we
think
are
I don't.
expecting a fifer from Boland.
No,
I think second innings I am expecting a fiver.
I mean, yeah, definitely you can say from a trade test point of view, I can expect, but I wasn't expecting because I was backing England.
Then you should say
Bo-
no, considering your jinx abilities.
I
Poland
think
का वो अलग कर दिया बाकी.
come on. I think 2 years ban you are going to ban us from our YouTube channel. I think
Not for two
So,
years, for infinite period. Yeah.
for an infinite period of time.
so we are going to see a vintage Starkey. See, I think Stark was good
But
against
but
India also
but
last year,
but
batting a couple
questions
of
for me.
matches. I think he was mostly good at home.
I think yeah.
See,
But I
let's come
think
to
still
real terms. Age
Yeah,
will play a factor.
yeah.
I mean,
Why
no
not?
matter how well you
You
bowl.
you should watch. So, do you want to? I mean, want to force me announce it on air. So he is the ultimate jinx man. Whenever he switches on his TV, the team is supporting loses a
Devdutt,
wicket or gets hit for a
I
six.
just have one point to you. See, you are paying the money for the OTTs. Now it's your choice whether you want to spoil your mood or not. So that's the answer. I mean, now decide which match you want to watch.
स्मृति मंदाना की शादी तो तुमको बुलाया क्या उसमें
Yeah,
बुलाया तो
yeah.
फोटो वोटो भेज देना या फोटो से अच्छा तो कुछ खाना वाना भेज देना.
And what a year it has been for Smriti Mandhana. My goodness. And for Indian
I
women
mean what
cricket.
for Indian cricket, you see, we won the Champions Trophy, we won the Asia Cup, and now the Women's
Absolutely.
World Cup. We cannot ask more, and
It's
that's
a
why
win-win
I
situation,
I,
surely.
I
Yeah.
keep on telling that don't cry about the 19th November because it passed I think couple of days back only.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
just
on 19 November, I
be
think
grateful.
I was seeing those IPL teams Insta pages and all other cricket related pages, and this
Mm,
celebrated more than I think some of the win days like 2nd April or uh,
9th
whatever
March.
29th June. They celebrated more than Australia, and sometimes I feel like whether maybe Australia lost it and in India won it.
Exactly. So that's what my is be grateful that what God has given us.
See,
Don't
I think
ask
yeah,
for more.
definitely that was a special occasion and everything. I understand, but past is past. You need to move on at one point.
You need to move on.
The news came that Sai replaced Gill. It's okay, but another news
Okay.
that NKR will replace replace Akshar. Uh,
No, I'm not in the
See,
favor of that one.
I don't find any logical because Akshar was also batting well in the last match. In
No, he
care, I'm
was
not
good with the
sure
ball
about.
also. He was good with the ball too.
And yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
if you prepare turning tracks, NKR is of no use with the ball. You need Akshar's bowling, left arm spin on those tracks, relentless bowling. You need that. And if Sai replace, I think the only reason I can find is to break that string of left-handers because if Sai comes in, you see that lineup. You open with Jaspal. Number three is Sundar. Number four is Sai. Number five is uh, Pant. Okay, now number five is Judel. Judel is the right hander. Then five is Pant, left
Mm.
hander. Six is Jadeja, left hander. Seven is Akshar, left hander. Eight is Kuldeep, left hander.
Too many left-handers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where
so
is our
I had a question.
Shubhradeep? Yeah, he made a
I think
shot
he just
today.
made a shots. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, so if you want, I will bring him next video.
Yeah, surely,
If,
surely. We can pass that message to Subhadeep. Yeah.
इंस्टा रील्स 19 नवंबर को भूलने का दे रहे थे इंस्टाग्राम अनइंस्टॉल कर दो.
Yeah, so I have a question for both of you. Like, I was reading somewhere that India maybe has brought some ambidextrous bowler, I mean, to prepare themselves for playing spin. I mean, have you guys heard of this? Something like that
No,
I was
I
reading.
didn't heard of it.
No, I haven't read about it.
Okay, okay.
I saw
But I
all
was seeing
fan
somewhere.
pages and the one word I say in my mind is
My
I think
goodness. The comments
but
today, we can't take actually. Some of the
yeah,
comments.
but thanks you. Thanks for shooting in the comment and
yeah, surely.
But
being
they
such
are
good
encouraging
listeners to us.
indeed. They are encouraging indeed
Yeah,
that so many people.
without a shadow of
Especially
doubt.
And
especially
honestly,
at this
when
time
me and
at
Saptarshi
this time.
started, I thought that literally we would get zero comments. I mean, to be very honest.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I mean, a few of us, because we haven't been regular enough, haven't had the luxury to be regular enough. So some of our lives
Mm.
haven't, I mean, garnered that much attention over the past few weeks or so, if I put it that way. And
Today it's
today
just the
when we
opposite.
started it at around 11 p.m., I thought tomorrow Suba test hai, so mostly no one will
I was
come and
like,
watch us.
15-20 minute karte hain and then we
It's a
can go to
Friday
sleep.
night. Either you are gonna sleep
Yeah.
early to watch the Ashes tomorrow, or you are partying hard with your friends, girlfriends, whatever, daru pee rahe ho, masti kar rahe ho, jo bhi kar rahe ho. So who will come and watch a podcast, man? I really didn't think, but yeah, I mean, having so many views is
It's your luck.
definitely
It's your
encouraging,
luck.
and
We
I
are
And
mean,
once again,
overly
thank you
lucky.
guys.
heartfelt thanks
And
from all
that's a
Yeah.
three of us.
motivation for us maybe to come on weekends also. We'll see.
Bro,
Is
is Nitish
Nitish
available?
available?
Yeah, Nitish is available, and in fact, I think
Okay, guys.
Orko
I have
shared the
to
news
go.
that
I have a hard stop. Sorry,
yeah,
but I
yeah.
have
So,
to go.
anyways, I
So
think we can also
thank you so
wrap
much.
up by 11:30.
Yeah. Thank you, Abhishek, for tuning in. Yeah.
Guwahati is. I think this is the last comment we can take and wrap it up because
Yeah.
I will also have to leave.
Let's wrap by
Guwahati is.
11:30. It's 26, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so two more minutes we can have and then wrap it up. Guwahati is going
Mhm.
to host a test match for the
Second highest in the world.
yeah, yeah. So that's a
Okay.
good thing, but I think as Virat Kohli also said a few years back that India should have a limited test venues because I think some of the venues which are not that very proper cities like Kolkata or Mumbai or Delhi or Bangalore or Chennai, test cricket doesn't always pull a lot of crowd. We saw the other day at Kolkata. I mean, there was tremendous crowd, but if you hosted in a state like say Vizag or say Ranchi
Even
or say
Dhanshala
Guwahati,
for that matter.
uh, I don't see that many people coming to watch a test match. That too on a Saturday morning, Sunday morning, sitting under the sun and watching a test match. I really don't see.
Yeah, that's a good point actually.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be glued on the Ashes more,
Same,
and
same,
if
same here.
if this India match turns out something great, then I will switch tabs. But else, I'm mostly gonna get glued on the Ashes.
But guys,
Yes,
on that note,
yes,
you
surely,
can never
Orkoprio, and
you can
you
never
make a
predict.
shot. You make a shot on the India South Africa. We are looking after the Ashes, so you take care of that
And
side.
by the way, we want to see you on this side, not on the other side, in the next time.
Yeah, so if you want, I can
Yeah,
share the link with you next day. Today we are anyways
yeah.
closing, and you can surely
And
join
by
with
the way,
us.
thank you for your comments. Yeah, Paco.
Yeah, surely. So I think we can wrap it up. Uh, yeah.
All
So
right,
let's see
guys, it's been a great
what
live.
unfolds
I mean,
tomorrow.
yeah.
Yes,
Thanks to
you are
Saptarshi
right.
and Abhishek also.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I said. You should fix four five venues where the you can pull the target the maximum number of audience, be it Kolkata, Mumbai,
Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai
Bangalore,
is good.
Chennai, Delhi. I think these are the five. Max to max, maybe Hyderabad or whatever. What else is there? I think this is
Pune
enough.
and Navi Mumbai, I'm not sure how many
No,
people will turn up.
I don't see anything more than that. I think Pune, Navi Mumbai again. These are not nothing against
Okay,
them, but
Ahmedabad. We forgot
yeah,
Ahmedabad. Yeah.
Ahmedabad. Even if we don't say, they will give them the maximum number of tests.
I
So
mean, that this government will make sure that the match is happening
yeah,
there, right?
I think
Anyway,
they host all the finals of any big tournament, IPL, ICC World Cup, whatever is it. And I mean, they will lament that they didn't host the Women's World Cup final there. It could have been a grand
yeah,
moment
yeah.
for them. Wankhede
I actually
definitely.
wanted Wankhede.
I
Wanted
mean,
Wankhede here.
Mumbai is the most cricket-loving state in India for sure. I mean, you
It's
host
the
any
hub of
match in
cricket.
Mumbai, and I think people will go and watch.
It's the hub of cricket in India. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So dropping now, and thanks to everyone who joined.
Thank you,
Cheers.
guys.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Good night.
Good night, guys. Thank you. Cheers.